People forget that Mr. Show was funny.
They really should not. It's influenced me more than any comedy, I think, in the world.
I mean, not just us. Other people do, too.
Yeah, everybody in modern comedy. My God, that's a big spider on your wall.
Where? Oh, that's a normal size spider.
That's a big boy.
Listen, they're meaty spiders. I've been going around crushing spiders all day.
Meaty?
Yeah, they have beef to them.
Oh, okay, my question is this. Do you think if you broke open a spider and tried to eat the meat, it would be liquid like a crab that doesn't get hard till you cook it? Or would it be liquid?
I mean, like, so you're saying if I cooked a spider, would it be crab-like?
Yeah, would it be meaty instead of like a viscous goo?
No, it would definitely be meaty. It's all protein in there, man. Like, if you cook a protein, it gets all hard and gummy.
I don't know. I was just watching, what's it called? Castaway. And when Tom Hanks broke open that crab, it just gooed out. And he's like, oh, I got to cook this. So he made fire. So the crab would have meat instead of just goo. So I'm just wondering if a spider has goo instead of meat in there.
You were watching Castaway?
Yeah, one night when everybody went to sleep, I watched Castaway by myself.
That's
at
the
4
lowest
a.m.
thing I think you've ever said.
That's the what?
That sounds like you at your lowest.
No. We'll get to me at my lowest, which is coincidentally me at my highest.
Okay, so I pulled up a clip for you.
Okay.
Because, I've been thinking about, like, LeVar Burton is at the top of our list.
Yeah. He's good guy from what I recall.
Good guy, but like he gets complaints for being like the perfect guy on our list because he's not a perfect guy.
No, nobody's perfect. You can't have idols. The only idol I have is probably Neil Gaiman.
Yeah, he's fine.
Hold on now. Breaking news.
This is just coming in.
Acclaimed author Neil Gaiman faces multiple sexual assault allegations in New Zealand.
Well, as far as I know, like, he hasn't been accused of anything. He hasn't been Me Too'd.
Right.
He said some like very like libbish. He's a Mark Hamill-ish kind of guy online sometimes.
Means well, too comfortable to really understand the issues of the world, right?
Yeah. But like, I think him being at the top of the list means that I can't hate him for whatever reason, right? Like, even if he says things that are a little bit, kind of bougie or just like, and it doesn't understand us low people who aren't famous actors. I ran across this clip, though, and I want you to kind of think about that opinion.
Okay.
The chains I wore in Roots? I keep them over the hearth in my living room, right above my 12 Emmys. What is that about?
I don't know. What is it to you?
America first met me as Kunta Kinte, a young African kid who was kidnapped, tortured, refused his slave name. Then I read to their children and maintained the integrity of their favorite spaceship. Pretty soon, people began to think of me as safe.
Oh, the safest.
Once, I read Go the Fuck to Sleep for charity. One of my brand partners dropped me.
What, you can't even say fuck?
I can, but there are consequences. I said fuck. I lost money.
Shit.
If I showed how angry I really am, but I'm not gonna hide it. So, I keep my chains on the wall in the living room. I want my guests to know, while I am unquestionably their friend, I am also absolutely filled with rage.
What was it about to play? It doesn't matter.
Like, that's why he's at the top of the list.
Dang.
Is that he made his career on being nice, being approachable, being safe. And there are racial connotations to what he did there.
Okay, speak on that.
Well, because, no, I can't. Like, because he's a black man.
Yeah.
And you got to try extra to be perceived as safe.
Tell him.
And so, but like, at the same time, the thing that we are, I think, are trying to combat a little bit is that if you're angry, then, you do need to let it out.
Yeah.
And, he was talking about the rage that he has inside, that he can never let that be free. And so for that ultimate sacrifice, he's at the top of the list.
Dang.
Because he has to sit on that rage. He can't say fuck.
I love LeVar Burton even more. Was that Lawrence Fishburne he was talking? Incredible. I was like, I know the velvety tones of the star of Deep Cover, one Larry Fishburne.
Well, what's wild though is like even the way that like he was talking was different.
You've heard of code switching, right?
No, what's that?
I don't. Up, down. It doesn't matter. No, there's a whole world that we don't understand because we're white.
Is that right?
Yes, it's right. I mean, come on. He has to bottle his true feelings, otherwise he loses money. That's awful. We can say fuck, and we still got a sponsor.
Yeah, no.
See, fuck. Fuckity fuck.
I just like I think that's why he feels like a mascot more so than ever of this show because he's just that bottled rage.
I don't like calling him a mascot. Something about that feels ooky to me.
No, he can. Okay, what do you want him to be then?
I think he is a symbol of the good in the world. Sure, yeah. So
representative.
Yeah, he's the token.
Welcome to Hate Speech.
Welcome to Hate Speech.
Let's have a chat about hate.
Got the purple wanna talk about it, let it boil over, blow the top, call this hate speech.
You are only as great as what you hate.
Once the taste is on your tongue, you'll only crave.
Hey, welcome to Hate Speech. Race talk over. I'm Tyler. That's Nate.
For the show?
No.
Oh,
we only hammer these issues out alone, together, on the microphone. So we do them in good faith. I'm going to get off that. Man, should we talk about the guy whose dinner we ruined tonight?
Yeah, we should talk about because like I feel that was justified. That
I
was
do
justified
So
action
Nate,
of hate.
Nate, we all went out to dinner tonight. Nice fancy dinner. Nate's celebrating something he accomplished. I'm celebrating working too much, and we thought let's go to a nice place. We went to a place called Akira Omakase for some delicious Japanese food. And you pointed this out as we pulled in the parking lot. You said, Tyler, there's a cybertruck. And this is the closest we got to a cybertruck. And we're like, oh man, this thing's fucking ugly, fucking stupid.
Well, what surprised me, it was small. Like, you know, because whatever, like we've all been dunking on Cybertrucks since they were announced.
And we dunked on big trucks. And sorry to tell you, Cybertruck's not a big truck.
It's the worst of both worlds where like you're trying to compensate for something, but by something small and stupid.
And we saw it. I'm taller than a Cybertruck, by the way. That was nice to learn. So we go into the restaurant. We get sent to our table. And I clock this gentleman immediately.
Yeah.
He's wearing his finest Under Armour polo shirt.
Like under his armor?
Nope. Straight out.
Oh, he's wearing his Under Armour out.
He's wearing the, what are they? They're like the shoes you don't have to lace up, but they could double as hiking shoes. We see them a lot in Oregon. They're like slip-ons that are shitty. And then he's got the worst fucking cargo pants on I think I've ever seen. It's 100 degrees. Motherfucker's wearing cargo pants.
But he has like important items in those side pockets.
Yes, he's got the tactical Fitbit on that pairs with his Galaxy phone, whatever it is. He's got the roundest, baldest, waxest head, which is fine. But I think it's important to point out how this guy looks.
Certain combinations don't go together.
Yeah.
Right?
And he was like pencil thin, dweebish. Like, I thought,
You're going awfully hard on this guy's appearance.
Yeah, I don't care. We're going to go off hard on appearance later, too. This is that episode. But something in my brain thought, I wonder if he owns the Cybertruck. And then he was seated by a window. And I happened to see, while we were enjoying our cocktails, him stare wistfully out at where the Cybertruck was parked, and I saw him smile. And that's when I started to smile. Because there were 3 parties in this restaurant. Our party, him and his wife, and then some like randos on a date off in the corner. And we were talking about something or other, and I just kind of loudly say, How fucking pathetic do you have to be to own a Cybertruck? Those things look so stupid in person. You got to be a real fucking moron to own one of these. And that, you had your back to the guy, and you're like, yeah, it's a way to show that you're insecure without realizing you're insecure. And this guy's demeanor shifted. He was smiling, and then he just crumpled down into nothing.
Which I think is fair.
And the woman he was with, her energy changed too. She gazed out away from him, and this guy immediately picks up his phone. He just starts typing on his phone. The conversation at that table stops because I could kind of hear them before, and it just died. The energy died. They eventually got up, they left, drove away in their Cybertruck. Because we talked about how awful and stupid Cybertrucks were for probably 2 or 3 minutes. This guy heard every fucking word we said.
And for me, it was the most honest conversation ever because I did not witness that the guy knew.
I purposefully witnessed it because I wanted to, 1, ruin his night, and 2, see if we'd get any response because I'm always farming for content.
Well,
I was ready to get in a fight and for you to yell worldstar. People still do that?
I don't know what that means.
Oh my God.
What's worldstar?
I'm going to educate you after this. Used to be a thing when there'd be people fighting on the street in the videos. They'd yell, worldstar, worldstar, and send it to the website worldstar to watch randos fight.
Yeah, I don't think that's up anymore.
Darn, Joe Biden took a lot from us.
He did.
He did.
Yeah, no, I'm glad that he got what was coming to him.
It felt really good.
Yeah, but like then again, maybe he knows. Maybe he knew that it was like the worst decision of his life.
I don't think so.
He cashed out his 401k for that Cybertruck.
I think that he might internally suspect he's an insecure, pathetic, loser piece of shit. But I don't think he hears that often because he looked like a very comfortable white guy.
He had money somewhere.
Yeah, he looked very like he was also at this nice restaurant we went to.
Yeah.
So I don't think he hears it often, probably in his life.
I think like it's good to just go out into public and make fun of things that rich people might own.
Yeah.
Around rich people.
Oh, it was so good.
That's praxis. Is that what that word means? Praxis. You just go around making fun of rich people in their face.
Yeah, praxis. Yeah, that's it.
Excellent.
Because you can attest, I was in a really shitty mood. I worked not shitty. I just had no energy.
You were working overtime.
I worked an extra shift through the holiday. Yes, people had their fingers fucking blown off.
It's funny.
It's funny. Fucking, you laughed so hard when Meteor died, the mother of the fingers. I was muttering that to myself, walking around work. It doesn't matter. I immediately perked up. I had energy. I was happy when he drove by in that Cybertruck.
Yeah.
Felt good.
Yeah.
It feels good to hurt people's feelings when the people are bad. And I feel confident in saying someone that owns a Cybertruck is bad because that's the emblem of I spend too much time on the internet.
Right. You can buy a Tesla by mistake.
Yeah.
You don't buy a Cybertruck by mistake.
No.
You know exactly what you're buying and why you're buying it.
Yeah. So that felt good. I like that.
Yeah. And I think it's important to feel good about yourself.
Yes.
It's important to just have a little bit of joy. Even if it's at the expense of bad people, especially if it's at the expense of bad people.
That's when it's even, ooh, man.
Right.
That's when you lay back. That's like getting sucked off while watching your favorite team win at their game.
What?
I tried to think of something that could be good while getting sucked off.
What game? Favorite game?
Yeah, like your sports team winning their
I thought you were
big
talking about like Elden Ring.
No,
like it's nothing's better than being sucked off
No.
when you are fighting Radahn.
No, you're laying
and
there,
his heavenly consort.
You're laying there getting your knob slobbed. You look up, you see the Mariners hit a home run.
What are you? Those guys from that video?
Don't.
You know the video?
Don't. We're not saying it. I don't like it. I don't think it's funny. It doesn't need to be repeated. I'm very happy for her. But if I was known as the blowjob girl, I would fucking blow my brains out.
No, it's fine.
No, I probably wouldn't. That'd be cool.
But this is what happens when we record at night.
Oh, yeah.
Things just go off.
So we need to take our juice. We have an object of penance.
We do
and
have-
an
yes.
object of pleasure.
Well,
Object of pay? Are we allowed to mention that?
Listen,
This is an organic conversation brought up naturally.
Listen, everything about this is organic, right?
Yeah.
Both drink and conversation.
Yes. Nothing fake at all.
And here's what I know is that like I've been drinking Magic Mind recently.
Yeah. We've
go.
been back on it, folks. Last podcast, they said, we want some more. We're going to send you as much Magic Mind as you want. And folks, they did it.
Yeah.
And we have been drinking it. Allergies be damned.
That's right. I've been drinking it. My brain is pulsating with power.
I'll tell you, it does things to my body. Some of you probably know this. Some of you don't. When I drink this shit,
Yeah.
and I call it shit, not because it is shit, but because it looks no, I'm kidding. I call everything shit. It gives me an allergic reaction. My lips get numb.
Yeah.
My throat gets itchy. I don't feel right, but my brain worked good.
Wow.
I haven't had it yet. We're about to have it. So I prepared for us as an object of penance, pleasure, and pay, the 3 Ps,
Yeah, 3P plan.
the Magic Mind Flare.
Magic Mind Flayer. Okay.
So this is a cocktail I've concocted. Anybody thought of that?
No.
It's some bourbon, ginger beer, and Magic Mind in varying proportions, unmeasured.
yeah. You know, you can mix it with anything.
That's actually pretty good. Oh, he's going. What do you think of that? That's good.
That's good. You know, like the alcohol kills the brain cells, but then the Magic Mind brings them right back.
Yeah, and I need them back.
Grows them right back.
It's wow, Magic Mind.
It's got them nootropics.
Yeah, adaptogens.
Yeah.
It's got some mushrooms in it.
Yeah, it's mushrooms in the summer. What more do you want?
I mean, there is some stuff saying that sustained use can like boost mental productivity. I think I've felt that.
Yeah. No, listen.
I'm feeling it right now.
But feeling it right now. Drink it up. We have a special code for you all if you listen to this podcast, and only if you listen to this podcast. Don't share it. This is a secret between us. Is if you go to magicmind.com/hatespeech20. That's right, fellas. They gave it to us.
So when they approach us saying, "Oh, we want to make this a long-term partnership," we're like, we have one condition. We get the promo code hate speech.
And they were cool with it.
Yeah, very cool.
They're a cool company. Go to hate speech. Oh, sorry. Don't go to hatespeech.com. That's a different website.
That's something else entirely.
Don't go to that one. Go to magicmind.com/hatespeech20 for 20% off your first order of their Magic Mind.
It's starting to get in my throat.
We love it.
I'm going to have some more.
Yeah. Drink it up, fatty.
I did. Tubbs.
That's right. Medically obese Tyler.
Yes.
They call you medically obese Tyler. Why do they call you that?
Because I'm medically obese.
See, it's fine. I can call you medically obese because I too am medically obese.
Oh, it's the fat pass.
Yeah, it's it's a fat pass.
So this episode, we're gonna talk about a personal thing. We're gonna talk about being fat. So
and how we don't like it.
How we don't care for that one bit. And we're gonna probably talk about some personal stuff. Might be if you are an overweight person.
Well,
this is not for you thinnos.
Well, here's the thing. We should say 2 things. 1, if you have an eating disorder, stop it. both maybe this podcast and also the eating disorder. Have both of them get out of there.
Yeah, we're going to talk about disordered eating. We're going to talk about some body image issues. We're going to talk about toxic positivity. We're going to talk about the big announcement that Nate and I have together.
Yeah, that's right. We've been sitting on this for a while.
We have been, some of you who have been listening may have suspected a certain thing, and well, you were right, and we will get to that.
So, So, okay, you know what's funny? So I kind of want to read a quote from one Rachel Pick, who has a fantastic article in The Guardian that I loved because it's about Ozempic, right? But like in the article, she says it's not so much going on a diet as it is gaining an eating disorder.
Yeah.
But like that's all dieting is, or has felt like to me. And like as we talk about food and eating and weight and body image, know that I think it's like a personal conversation that happens.
Yeah.
And so things I say about myself and things I say about you, because I know you well, are personal things, but it doesn't apply to everybody.
No, definitely not.
Because I think that, and like, that's what's so shitty about talking about weight, is that there are no standards here.
No.
Like, because everyone has their own fucking carriage. Like, not big bones Although that'd be cool if I was like, you know, like a Neanderthal, like heads, big bones. Could you imagine?
God, that'd be so fucking sick, looking like a Prometheus alien.
Nate, why are you punching that rock? Because I can.
There's a demon in here. Take me back to the rock punching Nate of old.
Just sitting there chewing on like an iron bar. I need more iron in my diet. Because I'm big bone.
Yeah, you can't poop. You eat a little bit of tree. Comes out.
But like people have a different like carriage. Like my bones are shaped such that I can't be like lithe.
Yeah.
Say.
Sure.
We established earlier that lithe is like this kind of otter-esque person.
Yeah, we are making our own lore here on Hate Speech.
No, I think this is real.
It is real. And also, let's just get this out early. BMI is bullshit and racist historically. Like it's
bullshit. Motherfucker indexed.
Whoa!
That's right.
Whoa!
I'm cursing.
Magic Mind, did you hear that? He pulled a Kunta Kinte.
I don't think that's
he did.
I don't think that's where I was going.
I don't think that's right.
We're sorry, LeVar.
I don't think I learned the lesson from the video.
Oh. Where was I? Oh yeah, like so yes, we're not talking about BMI. You should know that it's bad, and maybe we'll have a different episode on BMI specifically.
We're not giving you advice. We're just going to talk about our experience and our life of fatness.
So Tyler, let's get the stats on the table.
Okay.
You know, let's get the hardcore facts. How much do you weigh
right now?
Yeah.
A little bit over 330 pounds. I think about 333 pounds.
Okay. And you've lost weight. So like at your highest, like where we're at.
I've never revealed this. Do you really want to? I don't think you know.
I don't ask.
So right now I'm in a 2X t-shirt. So I'm 6'7", 330 pounds.
Yeah.
I do not look 330
Blood type?
pounds. O positive.
Ooh.
I do not look as fat as someone who is shorter. And I think that I'm lucky for a couple reasons. But at my heaviest, I was 491 pounds.
Yeah. I remember probably when that was.
Yeah, that was like 5-6X t-shirts.
Yeah.
Like that was the worst I ever felt in my life, probably.
How did you feel at that weight? Because I never, because like, you know, whatever. Like I don't say like, hey, how's your weight problem going? Because we're friends and I don't want to.
And you don't want to like ruin my week.
Right.
I start driving into traffic like Christopher Walken and Annie Hall.
So these are things I don't know though, because we don't talk about.
And it's not encouraged to talk about either. Fatness, I think, is encouraged to be quiet and made to feel shameful.
Right. It's like I have an alcohol problem.
Yeah.
Like, I don't talk about how much I drink or whatever.
Yeah. And mine, I'd love to blame it on genetics, but I know it was also disordered emotional eating is how I got there.
Sure.
And
I mean, there are a lot of like things that can I think cause
mine was
obesity.
like unresolved trauma, inappropriate relationship with food, using food to self-soothe.
Well, yeah, like one of the things I kind of wrote down as I was thinking about my weight was that okay, what are some of the happiest memories I have as a child? They are food.
It's food, yeah.
There's a lot of really good happy memories that are just me eating food.
I recently met a local Oregon celebrity and I was like, why is meeting this person so happy? It's because, I used to go to their restaurant and eat the cinnamon rolls there.
Right.
That was my happy memory.
I remember when I got I think 10-pound bag of jelly flops, they call them. So they're jelly bellies, but they were like misshapen and weird. I got a 10-pound bag for my grandpa because he was just like, oh yeah, candy for kids. And so I just sat there and ate the entire bag as a child. And I was having a blast. It was so good because I was sitting there eating jelly bellies and playing video games. And it's a happy childhood memory.
Yeah. It's like, that's every, the go-to for my mom when I was sad or would cry or anything was eat this, clean your plate, eat this, clean your plate, eat this.
Yeah, let's go to Wendy's and get a Frosty, or let's go to Dairy Queen and get a soft serve.
It's always oh, have a soda, oh, have a soda, oh, have a soda.
Right. Which you can see why parents do that.
Yeah, it really shut me up.
Well, it's just they don't know what to do, right? How do I make this person happy, as a result of my or other people's actions?
Yeah.
Right.
And it's still the relationships I have with food, I'm still untangling to this day. I have done enormous amounts of drugs and bodily modification to try and change my fat body.
All right. So you got body mods?
I'm a modified man. So in 2022, was it?
Yeah.
2021, 2022?
It was somewhere in the pandemic, wasn't it?
Somewhere in the pandemic, I got a gastric sleeve surgery. And that was...
It's different than a bypass, right?
Yeah. They basically cut 3/4 of my stomach out and turned it into the size of a banana. And I started losing weight like gangbusters.
But like, what was the beginning of that process, though? Because they don't just say like, okay, here's an overweight person, immediately sleeve them up.
No, it took a lot. I had to demonstrate that I could lose weight, which I was losing weight. Well, I had put some weight back on because of the pandemic. Doesn't matter. I had gained some of my weight back. And you had to demonstrate by losing a certain percentage of your body weight. You had to attend mandatory group meetings. You had to see a nutritionist several times because where I got my surgery, they wanted to make sure it stuck.
It's a big surgery.
It's a serious surgery.
I mean, you agree with those steps or you don't agree with those steps?
I do.
Right.
I especially for myself because I didn't have a healthy relationship with food. I didn't have the signal in my body that says you're done eating. Stop. That was not a thing that I've had in my life until after that surgery. I mean, which is wild that
Same.
people can just feel full.
I try to think of how those guys who are trying to gain a bunch of muscle and can't because they can't eat enough feel. I don't know if you've ever had that thought experiment where it's like, what do you mean you can't eat enough food?
What are you, a fucking idiot?
What the fuck are you talking about? Just eat the burger.
Yeah.
Eat more burgers.
Have 30 ice cream sandwiches, you fucking idiot.
Come on. Like,
most you can do is lift heavy rock? Idiot. Lift heavy brain. Eat the fucking food.
Well, yeah, because like it's such a foreign concept to me that I couldn't just, if I wanted to, sit down and eat 20 burgers.
Yeah.
Like get 20 the paper wrapped McDonald's burgers.
We used to just do that, you and I.
Yeah, no, I know. Get the MMB.
Yeah, that for the longtime listeners, you'll know, but that's the McDonald's mud butt. Because we used to live across from a McDonald's and a Taco Bell. Just walk over the street, get a nacho cheese chicken chalupa, get 2 McChickens and 20 nugs. Your night's done.
Yeah, I'm a recovering alcoholic living above a bar. But like, so for those of you who don't have, for those of you
some people don't have this.
Yeah, right.
And this is not for you. Do not. So look,
here's the thing. It's kind of for them because I think there's an educational aspect to this. It is an addiction.
Yeah.
Like there's healthy eating and then there's compulsive eating.
Mm-hmm. I have compulsive eating.
Right. But like it's such a fine needle because like whatever, you don't have to drink, but you do have to eat.
Yeah.
You have to eat actually.
You do.
You do have to eat a normal amount of calories.
You do.
For those of you who have, have developed fun things. Like you do need to eat a healthy adult amount of calories. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, like you need to like it is like this kind of everlasting call to food.
Yeah.
When I wake up in the first thing in the morning, I think of is food. When I'm doing work, there's food in the brain. Mm-hmm. When I'm going to sleep, I'm like, okay, just don't get a snack.
Yeah.
Like it is a constant voice.
Yeah. Telling you food.
Well, I mean,
eat me, Nate. Eat me, fucking eat me. No. Spicy Korean ruffles, I won't. Eat me.
But you've done that though, where you feel like, okay, you know what? There's just like a half a bag of this Cheetos left. I'm going to eat all these Cheetos right now. Yep. I'm going to take this bag of Cheetos to my desk and eat all of it.
Yep. Many more times than I can count. And I've enjoyed it.
Oh, yeah, no. Like
I fucking enjoyed it.
Right. And for a lot of people, they're just like, okay, well, just don't do that, which is fair.
Yeah, they don't and they can't. And honestly, they do not understand us that do.
Because it sounds ridiculous where you're just like, just don't eat the fucking Cheetos. Which, like, I agree. I'm like, yeah, no, I shouldn't be doing this right now. This is a bad idea. Yeah. But I don't know. It's hard to defend it because you really can't defend it.
You can.
it's like, okay, I can stop drinking. I mean, I feel like I go back to the alcohol like a lot for kind of an analogy, but it is true where it's not like so much a chemical dependency.
Right.
Like it's not heroin for me.
Yes.
Even though there is chemical dependency with alcohol, different things.
And with food, certain fatty food, like sugar, you become dependent on.
Right. But it's not like a heroin.
Yes, sugar is not food is not heroin. Yes, we can agree on that.
It's easier for people to understand someone addicted to heroin than it is to understand somebody addicted to food.
Yeah,
right, because they eat food and they're fine.
Yeah, they get full.
They get full.
We do not, and I think the people who have never felt what we're talking about do not understand us at a basic level. Like, I don't think anyone who's had problems with their weight or has been seen as fat truly understands how terrible you get treated as a fat person.
Right. Well, yeah. So the attitudes of not understanding how somebody can eat an entire bag of chips in one sitting leads to the like, oh, it's because they're weak-willed.
Yes.
It's because they're... I want to say slovenly, but that's too nice of a word. It's like, it's because they're disgusting pigs.
Right.
And because, like, they just can't stop themselves.
Right.
They're just all too hungry.
Right.
It's like, because, like, they have no ambitions or whatever. Like,
it becomes the personal, like, it's the same thing that gets thrown on drug addicts as well. Oh, it's a personal moral failing.
Right. And, like, it's not. Because,
it's not.
Like,
you're much smaller than me. You look normal. You got some extra meat on your bone, sure. We can make a stew out of you, no problem.
But like, it's not a.
But you've had a neck your whole life.
Yeah, it's true, right? But it's also not a competition.
No, it's not.
Right? Because like as soon as you hit like the broad category of fat, everyone's in there.
Yep,
everyone's in the fat category.
And there are degrees of fatness as well, but
like it's all. I mean, like here's the thing: is that even though I am fat, there have been times in my life where I look at somebody like larger than me and thinking, I'm glad I'm not that person.
Yeah.
Right. I'm glad I don't like smell like that person.
Yes.
It like smells actually a big one, right? Because
it is, yeah.
Because there's medical things when you get large of that, like
yes,
of
the
that
skin,
size.
The skin folds in on itself,
Yep.
and that if moisture's in there, the moisture together with the bacteria on your skin, all this creates a very pungent, unique yeast.
Yep. And I'm like, thank God I'm not that guy.
And
like I'm fat, but I'm not that fat.
And let's talk about the mechanics of it all. Like a very large, obese person, when they say take a dump, may not be able to reach all the way across their body habitus and clean the areas that need cleaning. So that is stuck there as well.
Right. Or they just don't notice it. Like if you were smelling your own smell, like it gets filtered out.
Yeah.
You don't know. That
Smokers don't know.
Right.
Cat people don't know that their house smells like cat piss.
Well, I guess like where I was going originally though was that like there is kind of inner fatty like judgments, like
inner community judgments, inner fatty judgments.
I'm allowed to say it. Medically obese. I got the paperwork, even though BMI's bullshit. Like, so here, I'll put my cards on the table.
Let's go.
So heaviest was 245.
Okay.
Which, look at me. Like, whatever. I'm 5'11", so I'm shorter.
Mm-hmm.
And, like what? Like, it's not,
it's not a competition. Every body is different. That's the point.
And well, like,
it's not a win. Nobody wins in fatness.
Well,
the only fat person who won is probably that vampire from Blade.
Oh, I was going to go with like the two guys on the motorcycle.
Fucking kings.
Yeah, you know the guys?
I do, man. The hats.
What were they, like the something twins?
Something twins. Yeah, they're from The Simpsons. That's how we saw them first. And then we realized they're real guys.
Yep. But like, here's the thing: is that like everyone, if you appear fat to I'm gonna say like terms like normal size because I don't have like
thin, skinny.
No, but not necessarily even thin or skinny. Just like normal people who they're when you're describing them in a police lineup, you do not describe them as fat.
Yes,
that's how I would categorize that.
It's such a hard thing to talk about because fatness is so demonized and stigmatized that even just calling something fat is to imply that it's bad because people will say, "Oh, I ate too much. I feel so fat right now," and it's like, I'm sorry that you feeling uncomfortable is a metaphor for my body type. Like that feels really shitty to me.
Yeah. No, it's bad.
It's like fatness is seen as bad no matter what, when in reality, and it's taken a lot of time for me to untangle any sort of positiveness. Like fatness is not bad. It's not ugly. There are beautiful fat people too.
It's a descriptor.
Yeah, it comes with a stigma always.
Right.
Always.
Yeah. I remember the first time I kind of thought of myself as fat is when I had to go to the husky section as a kid. Like that's when I kind of first like figured it out. It was like, what does husky mean?
Oh, so you could shop at regular stores. That must have been so nice.
Don't do this. What are you doing? I just told you it was a guy. You were like, yeah, it's not a competition. Whatever. I shopped in the fat kid section of the Fred Meyer. You had to go to a different store. That's fine. I think we both count as fat.
Yeah. Sorry. This is the one thing I have over you. It's
no, you get to keep on doing it. It's fine.
Oh, thanks for your permission to exist while fat.
You're welcome. But I lost my train of thought now.
I'm sorry.
Okay, but no, like.
No, I didn't know until I got to school. Like I'd see people, but I didn't understand that I was different or bad until I got to school and people called me fatty or tubs or pointed and laughed.
Yeah.
Like, which happened my entire life.
Right.
Like, do you know how many times when I was younger, other kids would come up and poke my stomach and do the ho-ho, the Pillsbury Doughboy thing because I was the fat kid?
Probably a lot.
All the fucking time. Like, it hurt. Like, just thinking about it, I'm like, ooh.
Like elementary
Through middle school, baby.
Yeah.
It's
like, how far back can you date it? Like first grade, second grade?
Yeah.
Damn.
Like, I've been fat my entire life.
Well, and like that's... There's both like the kids that at that age learn from culture. They probably saw a TV show that did that, or parents.
Yeah.
Because parents judge like... I know that parents judge the fat kid and say, don't be like that, right? Like,
which is why some people have eating disorders and they can't eat more than like 70 calories a meal.
Right. Yeah. No, it's that. I always think of the Nightmare on Elm Street 4.
Yeah. Where they're force feeding her.
Yeah. Like, and here's the other, we should have said this at the beginning. This conversation is a different conversation for women.
Very much so. Yeah.
We should have led with that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we really forgot our non-women privilege here. Sorry, all you beautiful BBWs.
We are not prepared for that side of because we can't talk about that.
No, we
don't.
can't. It's not us.
Like we get the ricochet from the fat phobia of culture.
Yep.
They get the direct shot.
Yeah, in more ways than one, often.
And like so. Solidarity.
So hats off to you ladies.
Maybe like I think that we'll have more episodes about like diets and other fun things around being fat and what it means to be fat in the world. But I think like this one, the first fat number 1, we're just talking about why it sucks to be fat.
Can I read to you? So since you brought it up, my surgery.
Yeah.
Before surgery, and keep in mind, I was the only person to do this.
Mm-hmm.
You had to write a letter to yourself and they would mail it to you a year later.
Okay.
Did I ever read this to you?
No.
So some context around the time, our dog had just died and it really fucked me up. I was like really depressed. I think that's the only thing you need to go in. I've not read this really since. So this is a live react.
Oh boy.
Okay, it's 2021. June 14th, 2021. Dear Tyler, I don't know if you remember starting this letter, but you had just finished some carnitas with roasted veggies and you sat down to do this and you started crying. You were paralyzed by dread and sadness, not by a huge life-changing surgery that was a month away. No, you were crying because you put this off and you knew you had to be honest with yourself about the thing you hate most, your body. Your body has always been the thing about you that you've hated the most. Lovers and friends have told you to be kind to yourself. They've called you handsome, attractive, desirable. You've believed it on occasion, but the doubt always came back. You've always looked at yourself and thought, ugly, wrong, deformed, disgusting, fat, and worst yet, invisible. Invisible was always the worst one. How could someone who took up so much space also feel so invisible, so unloved? Who knows? But you did. It's all you felt, really. The other ones you could change or ignore or joke about. But what could you do about the feeling that no one sees you? That's what a lot of people who have never been fat can't understand. You feel simultaneously felt like everyone was watching you as the fat, ugly, tan Shrek, and that you are so ugly and fat that you move through the world unseen. You stood at parties until your legs hurt because you were scared to sit on some furniture because your weight could break the chairs. It happened once, remember? You believed yourself so invisible that you didn't think anyone could see you as a potential sex partner, despite evidence of the contrary. For a while there, you couldn't buy clothes at regular stores. It was fat people stores or online. You did not fit in the world, too big for all of it. Cars, seatbelt extenders on planes, people watching you eat to see how much you ate, patients telling you that you should be where they are because you seemed unhealthier than them, hearing coworkers list the fuckable men in the department and you were not being on the list. You were there, but not there. I do hope it's better now. You've done everything you possibly could to feel at home in your body. You burned off 150 pounds. You covered yourself with tattoos. You did this surgery. You really tried. You did everything. But what does past you think? Honestly, I'm worried that you'll feel the same. Thinner but invisible. Healthier body. But the mind's still poisoned with self-hate. Motherfucker.
Yeah.
I was trying not to get emotional on this podcast, but I'm fucking crying.
It's the magic.
Magic Mind did this to me.
Well, I'm not laughing.
No, I'm laughing.
I mean, yeah, it's
And that's
pain.
only a third of the letter. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's been dogging you in your entire life. And it's not about the weight, is it?
No.
Like it's all about everyone else having to deal with the weight.
Yeah.
Your weight,
My weight.
right? It's everyone else.
And what really fucking sucks is that after the surgery and the weight I've lost, good friends of mine were nicer to me
Yeah.
when I was thinner.
Do you blame them for that?
Yeah, I don't talk to him anymore.
Yeah. I mean, you have every right to. Like,
Sorry.
no,
I need a minute.
Yeah, no, take a minute.
No, I've cut them out
Yeah.
because I was allowed to hate myself. They weren't.
Yeah.
Gonna have another drink of whiskey.
It's not just whiskey.
Oh, the Magic Mind made me feel better. I'm not crying anymore.
It let loose those emotions.
It's so much. I
mean,
don't want to read anymore.
No, it's fucked up because would you have? Okay, let's say we've warped to a future where nobody thinks about weight.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I have the brain laser and I shot it at planet Earth.
Thank God. Please, President G, give me your brain laser.
I shot it at Earth, and weight is not something that people consider when they're talking to another person.
Mm-hmm.
It's equivalent to, like, you know, what kind of shoes somebody's wearing.
Uh-huh.
You really don't think about it.
No.
So in this world, would you have gotten a gastric bypass?
No, I don't think so.
Right?
There was the external pressure I felt was from myself. And I mean, I'll be honest, more people dated me when I was thinner.
Yeah. Nope. Like, and that's what bothers me about people judging people that are going to, I was hesitant to say extreme measures, but it is, it's a surgery.
Yep.
There's judgment around that stuff because they see it as like, just accept yourself and love yourself more.
Yeah.
When they don't understand that's not enough.
Yeah, I've tried to love myself.
I mean, you should love yourself.
And some people can, but there's no fucking Tumblr little beauty at any size picture that's going to make me feel good about myself after years of feeling like fucking nobody.
It feels like politics, where like we do not control the lathe of heaven here.
Mm-mm.
Where it is if you want to be, if you want to have your brain free of thinking about your weight,
and you can get that good. Like, there are people out there that can do that.
Yeah,
I cannot. I don't think you can.
I mean, there are moments, right? Like that, hey, it is a spectrum of weight
Oh,
where
Jesus.
it
is, yes.
There are times where I forget that I'm a big guy.
Yeah.
There are times where I don't forget I'm a big guy.
So let me ask you this. There are times when I catch a look at myself in the mirror and I don't recognize myself.
Yeah.
Because anytime I look in the mirror, I see me at my fattest. Always. Always. Every picture of me, I see the fat chin. I see the loss of like no neck.
Yeah.
I see the fucking tits, my beautiful hairy tits. No matter how big or small they might be. Like I always see that. And there's a time when I don't, I fucking stop in my tracks because I'm like, who is this? And I don't know how to see myself now because I still look in the mirror and I see the fattest Tyler. It's strange.
Well, it's part of your identity.
Yeah.
Right? Like I would say it's a big part of your identity.
Oh, because I'm fat?
That's right. I said that because you're fat.
Let's go back to read some more letter.
That's your punishment. All right, fine, Nate. Here's more letter for you.
I'm about to show more genuine emotion on a comedy podcast. Let's go. I do hope it's better now. You've done everything you possibly could.
Yeah, I mean, you get what I'm saying, though, that like there's a core component of your personality, of what makes of Tyler, that you have entangled with Tyler is fat.
Yeah.
And it's not a part you like.
No.
Right? And
it's not. And I think becoming a nurse has made me dislike that part more, not because I see fatness as inherently bad or fatness as unattractive, not any of those reasons, but because when I take care of the not even medically obese, the monstrously obese, sorry, no, the 700-pound people where it takes.
Oh, you mean the ones that get the TV shows?
Yeah, when I take care of those people, I feel bad not because they're fat, but because I know they feel bad because they apologize when it takes 6, 7, 8 of us to turn them in bed, to clean them up, to make sure that they aren't sitting in their own feces and urine, and cleaning sometimes a remote control food out of their folds. Like I've done all of this. And I just feel so sad for them.
Right.
Because
it's not under their control.
It's not under their control.
They didn't do this to themselves.
No. And I'm sure they have some kind of rich internal world. I know that they do, but their body impacts so many other people. And if I got to that point, I would feel fucking miserable. My fatness affects me. But as soon as it starts affecting other people, I'm going to feel awful.
Yeah.
And fatness unchecked, that's what happens.
Right. And here's the hate part of this is that to people that aren't that haven't looked at that maybe being a future for themselves, think that it's a joke.
Yeah.
Think that it's, fucking hilarious and they deserve what they got.
Yeah.
Right. Like there's a vitriol there that is just free and open. Like there are two types of people that you can hate openly in society. One is Nazis. The other one is fat people.
And the homeless.
Like, okay, fine. Listen, hey, okay, let's just draw a big circle.
I've got 2 of those things down. I've been homeless and I'm fat.
Okay, fine. There's a big pile of people that are
no, but I get
open to be hated.
But yes, I think it's less.
It can be in there too.
It's less. It's less accepted now to hate fat people because I think there is some movement on that.
Some,
yeah. Not for me.
I mean,
I'm sorry. I would. I've been on that prescription of Lizzo for years, and it's not worked.
You loved that episode.
I just loved that bit because it.
I mean, the body. Okay, I think that you should love yourself. I mean, that's not a controversial thing, right? So, where am I going?
I would say this. No amount of loving myself would have made more people love me at my fattest, which I was not. I was not getting dates or flirts or any of that at my heaviest. I wasn't.
No,
I wasn't.
I can relate to that. I mean, Tyler, you have more risen than I do, so there's that. But because
I had to be. You had to be the jolly fat guy. You had to wear the fucking Hawaiian shirt.
You were wearing ankle weights, and now your calves are beefed up.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
So you got that riz.
Yeah, I give it a 5 out of 5 on the boom scale.
Actually, here's a funny thing about like being fat and then losing some weight is that you still can retain some of the muscle. Fat guy muscle is intense.
Oh yeah, it is.
Right, you know that,
I
right?
do,
Where
yeah.
it's just like because like you're carrying around so much weight that you actually do get a decent amount of muscle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my legs are fucking insane.
Do you know what my heaviest squat was when I was like fine? Like there was a period of my life where I was like kind of getting close to 200, which I've never done since like I don't know when, high school. I was squatting 350 pounds. I was just like hammering it. I was just like, yes.
Yeah, everyone's like, squats are going to fucking kill you. And I'm just like squatting 500 pounds like it's nothing. It's like, this is hard.
Because
this is me bending to get another beer out of the fridge.
So I'm just writing down, it's not so bad. No. But back to the attractiveness thing. Mm-hmm. Like I've only been flirted with that I've acknowledged once in my life. Mm. And it was when I was at my lightest, and I was just like, "What is this?"
Yeah, it feels.
It was when I was in those mermaid tights.
Yeah. Maybe I'll find that picture.
Yeah,
Nate was looking popping in those mermaid pants.
It was good. No way I can fit in those fucking things. But I wrote down some notes when I was thinking about things, right? And I think there's a 2-step process to like losing weight. Mm-hmm. And the correct way. Because I think there's a very incorrect way to lose weight.
Yeah, binging and purging, crash dieting, all that. Doesn't work.
Yeah, so here's the correct way. Step 1. Gain a peace with yourself and your place in the world.
Oh, nope. I can't do it. Cross it off.
No, step 1. Step 2, lose weight. Yeah. So
okay, yeah.
You can't skip step 1, though.
No, you definitely can't.
Because, like, if you don't gain, if you don't fix your identity, like it's not going to get better.
Oh, thanks for that good news. Let me go back to the letter. Damn it! Let's see what I got here. Do you remember why you made the appointment to have bariatric surgery? It was a patient you had. The patient had a personal tragedy, gave up on taking care of himself, put on weight, sat in his truck for 30 days straight, pissing and shitting all over himself, and came in with ulcers all over his legs and back. They were filled with maggots feasting on his dead muscle in varying stages of new and old piss and shit.
Yeah,
I do remember that. Later week, you had an obese patient that you had put a catheter in him. It took 6 people to pull the folds back and expose everything, and the smell of the skin fold yeast burned your eyes and gagged you. The voice in your head whispered, "This will be you. This is your future." I fucking hope it's not your future. I hope it's not our future. It better not be. You were struggling. You were letting yourself backslide with your weight. It's the pandemic, you said. It's a cheat day, you said. But every bite, every drink, every treat, that voice told you that you knew what you were doing, that you deserved it, that you're a fat, ugly monster, that you're unlovable, and you'd never be happy again. You saw yourself as the fat patient, embarrassed and apologizing to people helping you about your body. Maybe no more letter tonight.
No, like you just got to take little sips of that letter.
2 a.m. going back for more letter.
I mean, but like, it's addiction is 2 parts. It is a chemical addiction, and then there's that part in your brain that is compulsive.
Yeah.
And compulsive and like, because like, you know what happens when I binge eat is I say, fuck it.
Yeah.
Right. That's always what happens is that like, I just like, I check off my stayed on diet days and my schedule. I'm like, okay, I'm doing good. And then as soon as I break the seal, as I slip up in one way,
it's over the whole day.
It's like, all right, this is a cheat day.
Yep.
Time to eat an entire pizza. And feel miserable about it.
Yeah.
Definition of binge eating, by the way.
That's pretty textbook. Yeah.
That's a textbook definition of binge eating because you can't, because like that's the mental like rule you have to stick to yourself. Otherwise you won't keep it up.
Yeah.
And like, it's, I don't know why I'm talking, but like
that's the podcast.
Well, I mean, like, here you are laying down some heavier trauma than I have encountered because I'm lighter.
But no,
it's true though. It is true, Tyler.
It is true.
Like
we have similar habits. We've just gone. You've not done what I've done.
Well, because you're taller than me.
Yeah.
You have a bigger skeleton that requires more calories, and so therefore your trauma is bigger.
I do have some big
That's
trauma.
legitimately the only reason.
Yeah.
because when you're taller and you're bigger, you require more calories.
Yeah.
Straight up, you do. You will always eat more than me, and it's not like a judgment. It is you are 6'7".
Yeah.
And so therefore it pushes you forward into the call is stronger for you. You can't eat what was your most restrictive diet that you went on?
And we were doing Atkins in 2013.
Yeah.
When I was eating, I was measuring out the carbs and I was shitting once every 4 days and it was needles.
No, I remember Atkins.
I would eat 4 pork chops and 3 broccolis and be done.
Yeah.
It was awful.
But at the same time, for me, I liked it because it suppressed if I treated any carb as poison, it freed me up into okay, I'm doing the right things.
Yeah.
You know, I did feel better.
Yeah,
actually.
Here's what I'll say to anyone who's doubting what I say. My body feels better when I'm less weight. That's the fucked up part. I genuinely, my knees hurt less, my back hurt less. I can move faster. I can walk faster. I can go upstairs without needing to take a break. It's fantastic. Some people can just do this from day one.
Yep.
Incredible.
And that's what's so poisonous about this whole thing, because it's will your life be better if you were a different person?
Yeah, it would be. That's what I found out. It would be.
As it turns out, yes. But also, that doesn't mean you get to fucking punch yourself in the face, because you're not.
No.
But the urge is there, because this is how disorders happen.
Yes, this we are actively working through our disorders.
I mean, because if you punch yourself in the face every day,
something will change. But your life will be different in a world in a year.
But if you do that, then it might work a little bit.
Might, yeah.
Which is fucked up.
It's very fucked up.
That's what a diet is.
Yeah, and I mean
that's what a yo-yo diet is.
And we should say not everyone can do it.
Or should.
Should.
That's the other thing, is that I wish that there was some universal advice for people to okay, here's actually how you fix this. With alcoholics, I feel like there is more of a prescription to this.
Boy, do we have a promo code for you.
What's that? Okay, you know that medicine that they give really heavy alcoholics, where they take a sip and it
yeah. I don't know the name of it, but I know what you're referring to.
Or it makes them incredibly nauseous, and any even overripe fruit, they can't eat it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? If there was a pill for that for food, where any food, if you go over your calorie diet limit, you immediately just retch and just it
would
seize on the
change
floor.
things. It would change things.
It would change things.
And there kind of is that now, though.
So
you want to get into it?
I think we should.
So, all right. This takes a little backstory for me to lead up to why I did this.
Is that more letter?
We're going back to the little letter. No, I'm not. It's letter adjacent. Last year, remember when I had that big old mass in my throat?
I did, yeah.
And for the month or so where I didn't know if it was cancer or if I was going to die, all I knew is it was pushing into my windpipe and I couldn't really breathe.
Yeah.
Remember that?
I do.
So did I ever tell you about when I watched Clerks 3?
No.
So one night, it was just me and my partner awake. You were asleep. My partner was working on stuff in their spot, doing some art. I was like, I'll watch Clerks 3. Doesn't matter.
You make bad decisions.
I've seen them all. I watched Castaway alone. I'll watch Clerks 3. I put on Clerks 3, and at one point, my partner looks over at me. I'm sobbing. I'm uncontrollably sobbing at Clerks 3. And they were like, what's wrong? And I'm like, Dante just died and left Randall alone. And Randall's never had to be alone without Dante. They've always been together. And I was...
Spoilers for Clerks 3.
Spoilers for Clerks 3. Dante dies of a heart attack. And I was uncontrollably sobbing because I thought of leaving my partner. I thought of leaving you. I thought of leaving I thought pretty soon this could be everybody I love. And at this point, I had put on a little weight because turns out when you get a huge mass in your thyroid, it fucks up all your hormones and your weight loss, even with a surgery, stalls.
Yeah.
And I was sitting there openly, like, ugly sobbing at the end of Clerks 3 when Randall opens up the store by himself. And I thought, if I survive this, I am changing my life again. And so I started to do that this year. I, with the help of some mean girls at work, they're not truly mean. It's just a group of women.
From the movie.
Yeah, it's just a group of women that I carefully fit into because we're similar. One of them hooked me up with some Monjaro, the new Ozempic, and I've been injecting that since April.
Yeah.
And I've lost 30-some pounds since April.
Since April.
I've been taking the weight loss drug. And about a month ago, you were like, what do you think of these weight loss drugs? And I said, well, Nate, I've been taking one for a few months now. The next day, you ordered it for yourself.
So
That's our big announcement. We're on fat drugs.
We're on the fat drugs, everybody.
We are paying out of pocket for fat drugs because, and here's some truth for you, if you want these drugs made initially for people with diabetes, it's something like $1,000 a month.
You can get it because before I talked to you about this, I was doing my own research because I too hated my body. It wasn't for I'm gonna die reasons,
no,
but it was for the I'm miserable reasons, which it's a kind of death. and like so, I was like frantically looking up like, okay, can I afford Zepbound? I was stuck. I'm like, I'm getting Zepbound, because they had a coupon for $250, so I could get it for $750 a month. I'm like, okay, I think I can afford this. I'm working part-time. It would take all of my disposable income. But to me, it was just worth it.
Yeah.
Because like I have been in a state of dieting for the last, I don't know. Like I wasn't dieting
forever.
I wasn't dieting in high school.
You and I have always like tried to keep low carb diet, like always.
Yes.
Like we've just made that a habit.
But it fails as it always does. And so like I was just like, okay, you know what? This is a health thing, and if it's a health thing, figure it out.
Yeah,
money is less worth than health.
And we should say Nate and I work well-paying jobs that not everybody can. Like I'll be honest, this is $300 a month that I pay for this shit.
Well, how do we get it?
So my coworker hooked me up with a compound pharmacy in Florida that I had to send a video saying, hey, my name's Tyler. This is my weight. I'm a real human being. Then I filled out a Google form.
Jesus.
And they send me this medicine once a month. I've never met this doctor.
You just get drugs from the internet through the mail.
I hit Apple Pay for $300 a month and fucking fat drugs come to my house.
Same here. I
got Nate my promo code. If you want my promo code, hit my DMs. If you can afford it, I will.
No, get my promo code.
We'll give you our promo codes. You can pick whoever gets more promo codes. That's the preferred host.
This is how you vote.
We put the jars up. It's the jars with Tyler and Nate's promo codes.
But like, here's the thing. I originally was super hesitant about it because it's a company in Florida that sends you fat drugs through the internet. Yeah. Maybe that's not worth the risk. Maybe I should actually get it through Eli Lilly. Maybe I should get the official version here.
Yeah.
But no, honestly, like being fat for me was worse than doing mystery drugs from the internet.
Yeah.
That's which speaks to how much I hate my body.
Yeah.
I'm not going to try to compete with you because
and how much I love drugs.
I'm anti-drug. Nope to
not
nope.
me. Yes to. Is there a drug that rhymes with yes? Yes to meth. No meth.
No. Yes to yay.
Cannabis.
Yes to yay.
Yes to yeah. Okay, yeah.
Yayo,
yeah.
Yayo. Yes to yayo.
I say yay to yayo.
Anywho, we're on this fucking thing.
Yeah.
Every week I inject myself with drugs from the internet.
Yeah.
And
How do you feel?
it's doing exactly what I wanted out of being thin.
Yeah. Talk about the differences before and after.
Well, like the thing I wanted from losing weight was to not fucking think about my body.
Mm-hmm.
That's always what I wanted.
Right.
The only thing I ever wanted was to just not be thinking about how fat I look, how much I can't wear the shirts I want to wear, how much I would, because like whatever, I'm not going to match your story, but like
It's not. It's
but
not.
it's also not a competition. I know, but like whatever. My story is a minor version of yours, where every time I go out,
And it's your story. It affects you every fucking day. Just
Right.
like everybody who's listening, their story affects them every fucking day.
right. I make sure that when I was a kid, I would wear sweaters in the summer so people wouldn't know I'm fat. Right. I wear hoodies all the time. Winter's my favorite time because I get to like layer up and nobody will know.
Yeah.
It's a cool secret I have.
Can you believe there are kids out there who never wore a t-shirt while swimming because they felt okay with just swim trunks? Incredible.
I didn't wear a t-shirt. But like then I didn't go swimming. I don't go outside because I'm a nerd, not because of but also maybe contributing factor.
Yeah.
Who can say? Maybe I would have liked sports more.
Right.
But like now though, like it is just one of those things where like I was at my heaviest like last month. Right. Like my heaviest has always been like 245. That is always like the slap across the face. Do not cross that line.
Yeah.
Because like, when you're a fat guy, you know the line.
It's easier to get fat than it is easier to lose. It's easier to get fat than to lose weight.
Yeah, yeah. And so like, I was coming up across that line of 245 and it's just like, okay, don't cross that. You will have to buy new clothes.
Yeah.
Anyways, so now that I've been injecting myself with net drugs, biohacking
Manjaro, terzepatide.
biohacking my peptides.
You have not biohacked your peptides. I am biohacking peptides. So I found a cheaper version. I can mix it and make it myself.
He just gets powder now. He just gets powder from the internet. I still get mine in liquid form. It's like, I buy the Kool-Aid that's in the bottle. He gets the little packets.
And if anybody wants to learn this, DM the hate speech account. Someone, not me, will teach you how to do this.
We'll give you advice that is not legally actionable.
I will show you the things. Mr. Fat, I gave you all the foods. You could have saved me.
But when I first injected myself with it,
I should have said Mr. Obese. It rhymes with Mr. Police. God damn it.
Well,
Sorry.
it's too late now.
Continue.
Do you want me to edit it back?
No.
I can move it back.
Also, leave in all my crying.
Of course. Oh, that was going nowhere.
You just listen to that at night and smile.
No. I want to talk about injecting myself with drugs.
Please.
It felt good. No, it's bizarre. And like everyone's experience to this will be different. My experience was I felt normal. Like after it kicked in, I was not thinking about food, which was wild to me.
Yeah.
I always think about food. I'm always thinking about food. It was a thing that like I looked for. It didn't reduce the like love for food. Like I still enjoy eating.
No, we had an incredible meal for dinner.
Right. But it's not this all-encompassing thing that is occupying space in my brain.
Yeah, it's not gnawing at you at all.
Right. And other things too. Like I was like, oh, I'm not lightheaded anymore. I was probably almost diabetic.
Yeah, so
Let's be
these
real.
medicines were made primarily to help people with diabetes. And what's really fucked up, I got a friend who's been trying to get it for his diabetes. They won't give it to him.
Yeah.
They'll charge him through the fucking roof. It'll be like $1,200 a month.
Right. And like everyone should have access to this stuff because like it. Well,
and we should mention this. There is a huge class component to this. It is being gatekept.
It's. Yeah, like, right now we're getting drugs from the internet. I do wonder, like, I kind of want the powdered version just in case things get shut down.
Which you could, if you get it powder version, you keep it cold, it lasts for 3 years.
And so it's like, but also this isn't saying that you have to do this stuff.
No.
Like, Because like I keep on going back to like saying you have to make choices for yourself on this one. You know what what's right for you and what's not right for you.
And I'll say this as a nurse: your doctor's not looking out for you.
They're not.
They're gonna say all your health problems are because you're overweight. If you're overweight, every single one.
Well, because like I think doctors are just they're nerds. Right. And like I say that as a nerd, I say that like, oh, they haven't really thought outside of their own experience and what they've learned from school.
Yeah.
Right. And they do what they're told.
Yeah. Which is why they still think black people have tougher skin.
Right.
Incredible.
Or that like, you know what? Hey, you know what's great to hand out? Oxycodone. Everyone gets one.
Yeah.
Right. Let's everyone gets fentanyl now.
Yeah.
Right. Like that's how the opioid crisis happened is that doctors just told, hey, fucking hand those out like when anyone who comes in should get a little fentanyl as a treat.
I agreed.
But like because they were just told that was normal. Same with like, you know, if you're overweight, that's what they will tell you is to lose weight.
Yeah, you go in there not feeling well. The first thing they say is lose 20 pounds. Lose 20 pounds.
Right. And the response is how? Go on a diet.
Yeah.
And like, I don't want to go too deep into diets because I think it is its own episode.
Yeah.
But like,
this has changed how you eat.
Well, yeah, it's changed how I eat in that, like, you know, yes, I still try to like eat low carb. I don't like
or eat healthy, like eat good foods.
Right. I know that I could overpower this thing if I really wanted to.
Right.
I could sit down and eat a bunch of candy bars. I did actually for that first week. I was like, I'm on the diet drug. Here comes candy. Woo-hoo. And like it, like I got that out of my system because I did feel the freedom to like all those foods I was looking forward to. I can eat now. That's right. I can eat a hamburger. Nobody can fucking tell me to stop.
But yeah, we did go get McDonald's right before Nate started Fat Truck.
Which because like I knew that like I just needed to get that. I was told that I couldn't.
You needed one last ride. One last hit.
Just
I'm done. I'll quit tomorrow. One last hit.
That's right. But like I did. Yeah. Because like I was told for so long, I was telling myself for so long that I couldn't have a hamburger. Mm-hmm. You can't have a hamburger. If you have a hamburger, it's over.
Yeah.
The week is done. And like
because your body didn't give you the signal to stop, so you just keep going.
Well, yeah, like it was the thing we talked about earlier where you break the seal. It's like, okay, I eat the hamburger. The mouse has the cookie. Now he's going to be fucking eating the entire bag of cookies. But like with this, like I had the candy bars. I'm like, okay, yeah, I did it. I ate the fucking bag of candy bars. Here we go. I didn't feel the need to like continue on that journey. Like it didn't turn into a cheat week for me. It turned into like I did the thing I couldn't do. I was being bad.
Right.
And then I was done with it.
And the way this stuff works is it slows gastric motility. So the food stays in your stomach and your digestive tract a little longer, which is why there's like the Ozempic shits or the Mounjaro shits where it's harder and it takes longer. That's how you get the full signal. Like I didn't have the full signal before surgery. I have it way again with this stuff.
Yeah.
You eat enough. It's like, I'm uncomfortable.
It was a thing I've never felt.
Yeah.
Maybe when I was a kid, but like I don't remember.
You ate past it.
Yeah, I mean,
those jelly bellies, they pushed you right through.
They did, and like I do blame the sugar. I have a sweet tooth, and I think it was established when I got like thrown bags of cream savers.
And like, look, we don't know the long-term effects of what these drugs will do. One, I don't care, and two. If they turn out to be bad, which some of them probably will in some rare types, like there's some stuff going on about, Ozempic caused blindness in some people. It's like, yeah, ibuprofen can kill you too.
Well, I mean, like some people are just going to have a bad reaction to this stuff.
Yeah. And I should say, I read the study about the Ozempic blindness, and what was really wild to me, not anything in the study, like it wasn't surprising at all.
Yeah.
Some people can go blind from a drug. Oh my God. Some drugs kill you. Oh my God.
I mean, there was reversible, right? Like,
I don't think so.
Really? He just went blind.
Yeah. Like it fucked him up pretty bad. But all drugs, this can happen. But what I saw in the comments was that's what you get for chasing vanity. That's what you get for trying to look good. And it's like even the drugs to help end fatness are gatekept and stigmatized.
I'm glad you went there because there's this feeling of like you didn't earn it the right way, right? Because like it's all from the group of people that don't realize that this is not something that is earned.
Yeah.
Like if you're
I
fat,
earned it. I lost over 150 pounds with diet and exercise. I did the hard part. Let me have my drugs, mommy.
well, I mean, like, but like from their perspective, it's like I've earned my body, right? Like, no, you fucking didn't.
No.
Right? Because
It's genetics.
right. It's genetics, it's environment,
Upbringing,
Right.
money.
right? It's expensive to eat on a fucking diet.
Yeah.
It is.
It is.
Like both expenses both in like because like here's the thing. We all have the conservative uncle, right?
Yeah.
I occasionally talk to my conservative uncle. And
Or
he-
my conservative uncle.
right?
Who is like just convinced you're an adult virgin. It's like, my boy Nate gets slimed all the time, dude. Fuck off.
I don't care what your uncle thinks. So,
I know.
There's a freedom there. But like, also, thanks for defending my slimed honor. But what it is though is like because like we had a conversation about fat people. I forget what. Like, no, you can eat healthy on like low income. And like in a way, like yeah, you can. Like,
Sure.
you can buy. You can you can go off and buy vegetables, and they're somewhat inexpensive to some people.
Right.
But it's the time expense that gets you.
Yes.
It's the time expense that really fucks you over because like if you work a low income job.
You're
There-
often working 2 or 3.
Right. You offer working multiple jobs, and those jobs are hard jobs.
Yes.
Right? Like they're usually labor jobs or emotional labor jobs.
Uh-huh.
And when you come back home, you're not going to want to spend the hour and a half it takes to make dinner.
No.
Right? And instead, you're going to like go to the fastest thing possible. It used to be fast food, but that's too expensive.
Yeah, that's not good. Now it's like freezer hamburgers that you microwave full of nitrites and nitrates.
Or it's just peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
Yeah.
Not good for you.
No.
Like, it's because they're also like healthy trick foods. It's like, no, like the diet foods aren't actually good for you sometimes.
they're
They're
not.
just all trying to get your money.
And
You've
if
been
you
lied to.
haven't optimized for what your genetics treat as health food, you're fucking yourself over.
Well, it's also just like a big fucking mystery. Nobody knows what food is good for you.
Especially in America, our food is poisoned.
Like,
and about to get more poisoned.
Yeah. All our food is poison, like the song.
Yeah.
All the food is poison. All the food is poison.
The carrots, the peas, the celery sticks, the meat and the fish will make you sick.
All the food is poison. All the food is poison.
But also just like there's so many like money claws trying to get at people, right? And the lies are just being thrown around like crazy, and like all of a sudden you have like $1,000 worth of Gwyneth Paltrow slime, and you're just like, okay, this will finally heal me.
A little Gwyneth Paltrow slime would fix me. I'm convinced. You sold me.
But like,
Give me the yoni slime.
but like I have a desk job. I spend my time working if work is listening, but also, but also like, I read shit.
Yeah.
And like,
You can sneak out to try kill Radon.
right. I can do fucking research on like, hey, is this diet okay or is it not okay?
Right.
Is Wegovy, is Zepbound, are these things legit? Right? Because there's a level of education and trust that needs to be built before you even get to this point.
Yeah.
And so, like, long story short, the system is designed to make you fat.
Yeah. And
It
to
is.
keep you fat.
Yeah, it is. And like, I just, it's sad because I know where this goes. Right?
It goes to the patients I talked about. Like,
What?
it turns into that.
Oh, yeah, I know where they go. Right? They go to the house of misery, which you work. I know where these drugs go. These drugs are like, all of a sudden there's a drug that everyone needs. And that's really expensive, and you can kind of gatekeep in a cool way. Like, it's just gonna be another rent sinking scheme.
Yep.
Like, I that's why I'm like, maybe we should get the fucking powder.
I have no doubt that what we're getting will probably be crushed and made even more expensive.
Right, because it's just another lever of power. Like, if you can dangle the like, you don't have to fucking hate yourself drug, of which there are many.
Yeah. I will say this helps. I am a compulsive emotional eater, and it's now when I'm on this drug, I'll go to the kitchen, I'll look in the cupboards, look in the fridge, I'm like, no, it's not there.
you go out of habit. Like I find myself like making a bunch of food out of habit because it's what I've always done.
Yep.
And I'm like, oh, I don't have to eat this food. In fact, I'm eating too much of this right now.
Right.
I don't need to do this. Because that's just been our life.
Yeah. And it doesn't have to be. I'm glad it's not right now. Like
that's the hopeful part too of this is that we come out of, and here's what's so fucking sad about this is, I'm going to throw this into the show notes. Is this the Rachel Pick article?
Okay.
I loved it because it really got to the point of she's talking about how she actually did gain acceptance with her body. Right. She was getting closer because it's never quite there. I think with like mental illness too, like you kind of get, it's like someone with depression, right? Like you kind of get there, but you're not like cured.
Yeah. It never goes away. Like I've had moments where I get there too, but it never goes away.
Right. So where you kind of like, okay, I've gained some sort of acceptance with my body. And then all of a sudden there's this fucking drug that comes out that means like, actually, no, all these people that said that they'd grown to love their body were lying. and now they're actually, you know what? Being fat sucks.
Yeah.
And I hate it. And I hate when it's fat now because I'm thin.
And we haven't even touched on the like fat person to skinny person who's mean pipeline. Like that's a huge thing.
This is going to be a long episode. Go for it.
Well, it's just, I've noticed with certain coworkers, and I've tried to not have this be a part of myself. Like I'll see a coworker who used to be a lot heavier. She loses a lot of weight, gets a lot of new attention, starts posting more gym selfies, whatever. And then it's just like constantly ragging on fat patients because she or they used to be fat. So she gets to judge them because she got to do what she wanted or he got to do what he wanted. And it's like,
it's self-loathing.
Like do you not remember how you used to feel? Like something made you lose all that weight. They probably have that too. They just haven't done what you've done. And maybe either one, let them live their lives or help them get to what they want.
I mean, it has to be a level of self-loathing, right?
Yeah, for
Where
sure.
It's like they hated themselves. They're no longer themselves, but they still hated that version of themselves.
Yeah.
And that person looks like that.
Yes. It's so fucking pathetic. And it's like, I don't hate other fat people, like, at all.
Because you understand, like, there's self-reflection.
Yes, I do have some of that. Hold on, let's go back for more letters.
Keep on going back for more letters. I mean, there's a level of self-reflection, and, like, it's wild to me that people don't have empathy for fat people at all.
Well, they just don't have empathy.
Well, I mean,
that's an issue. But yes, I get what you're saying.
Like, because I keep on thinking back to like what doctors say. You've had doctors say lose weight, right? I've had
every single doctor.
I've had doctors say you need to lose weight, right? It's part of what but like when I go in, I was like, don't you know I know that?
Yeah.
It should be obvious.
Yeah.
Right? You know, the larger you are, the more like, have you ever thought about losing weight?
Well, one of the weird things, especially in our state, Oregon, to get these weight loss drugs, you have to show 6 months of your diet, of your exercise, and your attempts to even have this considered to be prescribed to you.
Yeah.
And then the cost is outrageous.
Why?
to punish fat people, to keep them fat.
It is a form of punishment. It's like, you were lazy. This drug won't fix laziness.
So you better get not lazy before we give you the drug.
Exactly. That's the only thing I can think of.
Which is why I had no problems just paying for it.
Right, because the system has no empathy.
Yeah, we
Right.
should not have empathy either for people, and we shouldn't have to listen to the system because the system wants us fat. They want us infirm. They want us healthy enough to work so that they can extract our dollars.
Right. And it's the misery machine just keeps on cranking, man.
It does, man. That people grinder, man. It sucks, man. It sucks real bad.
We hate the people grinder here on Hate Speech.
First of all, though, when they make a real people grinder, I'm gonna get in line.
Like the sandwich of the grinder.
I don't care how I get ground as long as I'm ground.
Here, let's take a little break and talk about food. You want to talk about some food?
I do.
Man, I love food.
I love food so much.
Food's so fucking good.
Nate, what did I order for dinner tonight?
You ordered the $150 Wagyu steak.
I certainly did.
Yeah, you fucking pores.
Yeah,
That's right. Like
I call myself a communist, but I had a $300 dinner tonight.
yeah, I have empathy except for those dirty pores.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like food's good, right?
Yeah, it's great. I don't want to travel places to see sights or go hike or do whatever primarily. I want to eat the food there. Like culture and food is one of the most beautiful things we can give to each other, and to experience that with someone, there's nothing fucking better.
Food's an intimate thing.
Yeah.
Don't mix it with sex. That to me seems weird, but it is kind of like, it's a thing where it's like, this is a sensation only for me. Mm-hmm. That is crafted by somebody that knows that I will like this.
Yes, or hopes that I will. Like time, effort, artistry.
It is an art.
Concern, consideration, all goes into making a meal.
Right. Like that's the thing I liked about living in Japan, was that there was this understanding that food is this kind of like, listen, you sit down, it's a thing. Mm-hmm. We treat this well. We treat the ingredients well because it's going to be a part of you now. Here you go. Yeah. And the food there is just fucking amazing.
Mm-hmm. Same with Thailand when we went.
Right. And like some of that is just like, it's novel. Like
even England had better food than we do.
Our food is poison.
Our food fucking sucks, dude.
Yeah. Give me the mushy peas.
They're trying to kill me, dog. Look at my food.
Give me the mushy peas.
Mushy peas were good.
They weren't bad.
The piccalilli, oh my God.
Yeah. UK, you're
meat pie? A cold meat pie was good? Are you fucking...
Hold on, wait.
It was good.
No, it wasn't.
You slather that bitch in HP sauce or piccalilli, you got a treat, dude.
That was not good. The fucking cold hockey puck?
Shut the fuck up, right?
It wasn't good.
It was good. It was...
I mean, like...
Take me back. Greg, we're coming. Food. We're talking about food.
Yeah, we're talking about... No, I know what we're talking about. And it's like... I don't think we've expressed how much we hated being fat. Like, we talked about, like, how much...
Oh,
or
you couldn't tell when I was weeping about an hour ago?
Was that hate?
Yeah, the hate of myself, the sadness.
Carve yourself out of that conversation. What about the fat? Strictly the fat. Being fat.
Oh, I hate it. I can't... Like, when I'm fat, I can't wear the clothes I like. I can't fit in cars. Like...
You're ostracized from society.
Look at the fatty. Fat man fall down. Funny. Yeah. It's been a joke my entire life.
Yeah. Is that why you hate it?
Yeah, that's a big part of it. And like the feel, like I subjectively feel worse moving, existing while fatter. That sucks. And I get that there's like healthy fat people. I'm now one of you. Hey, I'm one of you now. I'm a healthier fat person. I'm fine with that. But there's a point when fatness and health are not buds. They don't get along. And I got to that point, and it was awful. Like I couldn't go places. I felt bad eating in front of people because I felt like people were watching me. Like, look at how much fat he puts in his mouth.
Yeah. The thing that they do with eating disorders is like, you have you ever ate somewhere else because you didn't want to be seen eating?
Yeah. Yes, I have.
Have you, like, I've hidden food.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. I think it's a more universal experience than I think people want to let on because it's so shameful.
Yeah.
Like you think about like the movies where you're like, in heavyweights and you're like the fat kid. When I was a kid, I wanted to go to fat camp because I was like, I need a cure for this. This is a problem. And it's not so much that I was a junior high student with love handles. It's that everyone knew I had a spare tire hanging around there. Mm-hmm. And that's what was bothering me.
Yep.
Right. But like, for me, the only solution, and here's the sad part about this, for now, the solution is to lose weight for that child. Yeah. Because like when you're in junior high, it's not like you're going to get like this godlike level of self-acceptance.
No, where studies have shown you do not and cannot.
No, you're going to get shoved in the dumpster.
Yeah.
Because like, I think the thing I kept on thinking about while thinking about being fat is like, I don't control society. I much in the ways I don't control politics. Mm-hmm. I don't control society and societal expectations. And I feel like the only way out is to lose weight. Mm-hmm. That said,
if you want to.
Well, like everyone wants to, though.
Well, we can't say everyone.
Okay, not everyone. Like this is where it gets tricky because I don't want to say you have to be thin, otherwise people won't love you. That's not true.
No.
Or you have to be thin to be accepted by society. Also not true. But there are people out there that won't accept you.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
One of my good friends did not like me at first because I was fat and he didn't know me.
Right. Yeah. And like, that's always going to be hanging around.
Mm-hmm.
And it, you know, it's tricky because like, what, the solutions to change yourself for them? Like, or and not just for them too. Like, it's for everything in society, right? Like, okay, fine. You don't meet some friends that have fatphobic thoughts.
Right.
That's whatever. That's a whatever thing.
Yeah, I've cut those people out. Like, I don't talk to them anymore. Because of when I lost weight and they were nicer to me or fucking hit on me.
Yeah, sure.
Nuh-uh.
Okay, but like, what if it's like 20 grand a year you miss out on because you're fat?
It's probably more than that.
It's probably more than that.
It's probably more than that.
Especially if you're a woman, because again, that's a whole different conversation.
Yeah, it's a whole, So the thing is,
but like, it's not just money. It's like, it's prestige, it's wealth, it's happiness, it's acceptance from your family. Right. It's acceptance from people that you desperately want love from.
Mm-hmm.
Right. It's acceptance from just moving about the world or not being stared at.
Yeah.
Right. Or feel like you're being stared at.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't control them.
No. And the fucked up part of this is I have felt all those positive things being a lower weight because my body moves easier.
You don't have to think about it.
I don't have to think about it. I don't have to worry about sitting in chairs.
Yeah.
I don't think people are watching me eat.
Yeah. That's the one thing I want. Like, because like, whatever, fuck it. Like, I think I look okay now.
Yeah.
And I think I will look okay when I lose weight.
Mm-hmm.
The thing I don't want to think about is my weight.
Yeah.
Right? Is the way other people perceive me is like, oh, they're going to see like this fat guy in this shirt. They're going to see my nips. Yeah, I'm constantly worried about my nipples poking out.
But they're always poking, dude.
I know, it's a problem.
You're smuggling Tic Tacs 24/7.
I can't help that. But like, I just don't want to think about it anymore. I'm tired of thinking about it.
Yeah.
Absolutely exhausted.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd be a freer person if I didn't have to think about my weight. That's it.
So like the chicken wings are basically the shackles you keep above your 12 Emmys. Like, that's for you. Those are your shackles, is like a bag of Doritos.
I mean, yeah, right?
They are, yeah.
You know, like, I know that I need to keep a face out in society, and my life will be easier if I conform to what they want.
Yeah.
It's like with my politics. I'm constantly worried about my politics.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, same, big same.
Right, because like, oh, they figure out I'm fucking like red communist Nate out there. Like, oh, we're not popular.
No, definitely not. Like at work, people like me more. I'm like, this Joe Biden's a piece of shit. I hope he fucking dies. And they're like MAGA. And I'm just like,
You might think that. But like, you know, it's the same reason why I hide that shit is because I know that just like to navigate my day-to-day life, it'll be so much easier if I just keep that on wraps and check if you're cool first.
And we shouldn't have to do any of this, but we have to.
No, like you have to hide yourself in society because otherwise people will be out to get you.
Yeah.
Can you tell that we were two bullied kids?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Because like, I mean, like that's where this all stems from is bullying, right? Is that like
we were different and other kids made that our problem.
Right. And like, I have developed a set of skills that is designed to protect me from that. One of them is to fucking hide. And the hiding part is isolating and it sucks.
Sorry.
You go the wanted. Yeah, I know.
No. I was thinking of Taken, except it's
Taken. Sorry,
but it's bacon.
Baconed.
I have a particular set of skills. It's making bacon. All right.
I do make a lot of bacon.
I know.
It's good.
It is good.
But like you can see what like
I do. Yes.
I'm able to be more of myself if I get rid of one thing about myself.
Yes, you can focus on the things in your life that enrich your life, make you feel better about being alive when there's not this nagging thing that you feel awful about. And that I get. And I'm sure people that are listening have their fat thing too. Maybe it's fatness, maybe it's something else. I don't know. Right.
There is the flip side of that coin though, which is that you'll just make friends with assholes.
Yeah.
Like because like, you know, because like when you were we're hype. I'm out there just like dreaming. When I'm thin, this is what I'll do.
I mean, that's the fantasy I've had my entire life. Like, one day I'll look like John Wick and everything will be great.
Yeah, I'll fix all of my problems.
But it won't.
It won't fix all the problems. But like, say we do hit that where it's just like people don't see us as fat.
Mm-hmm.
Say we hit that weight. We will make friends with assholes that would have hated us otherwise.
I don't think we will.
No,
I mean,
but like I'm just like the point I'm trying to get to here is that like you will not know who the cool people are.
yeah.
Like I guess I'm trying to like
there will always be internal and external biases, and they're harder to suss out when they're hidden. But they get sussed out when you blend. Like there are coworkers I have that are super fucking racist conservatives, and they think they can say that shit around me because I'm a white guy.
yeah.
And I shut that shit down.
I don't get fat jokes around me, but like
If you get fat enough, you will.
well, I mean, not yes, directed at me, but I mean, like when I'm in with a group of people and there's a fat guy, you know, there's no jokes being made at the fat guy because I think I toe that line enough where they say like, oh, he might have a problem with that.
It's so they are always looking for the fattest person. Like if there's someone fatter than me, that's who gets the jokes. But fatphobia, anti-fatness is so baked into culture that, like I said at the top, people will say, oh, I feel so fat. I ate too much for lunch. And it's like the stand-in for their low self-esteem is just a fat person.
Yeah.
Or their stand-in for feeling uncomfortable is a fat person.
But they've been programmed that way because like fucking look at movies.
Yeah.
You know, look at comedy look at any comedy before 2010.
Uh-huh.
Right? It is the fat guy's farting or the fat guy's going to eat a baby.
And that's
watch
the
out
thing.
for the fat guy.
And that's the thing. Fat guy farting is hilarious.
Okay, yes. But like, why? Here's the thing. You're able to laugh at it.
Because it's a little squeaker coming out of some big old cheeks.
Okay, but like, it's fine. Let's not make it. Fat guy want to eat a baby. Funny? Well, it's a little funny.
It's a little funny.
Like what? Like I can't bring myself to like not laugh at the fat guy want to eat baby.
Right.
But like, I think that nuance is lost on a lot of people.
Yes.
Fat guy and eat baby. That joke is funny. Because
it's also played out.
It paints a ridiculous picture of a man who's so fat that he eats children.
Yeah, would this fat guy even notice if the baby was in between the bread and the sandwich?
Right.
Like,
I'm laughing at that because that's ridiculous. It's funny.
Yeah.
Obviously, that guy doesn't exist. And like, whatever, it sucks to dissect comedy like that.
Let's go back to the letter. I'm not going back
But
to
like the other guys who don't get that joke is like, it's funny because he is fat.
Yeah, the joke is he's fat.
Fat guys will eat anything.
Yes.
I feel like I'm rambling. Do you guys feel like I'm rambling?
I think we could put it on the spectrum of hate. You think we got there?
Yeah,
This is a deeply personal thing that anyone with any kind of fatness has to think about because it's forced on them by society, by the people around them.
Yeah.
Because the people have been programmed to think fat equal bad when fat does not equal bad. I don't think so. I'm a fat person, a formerly much fatter person, still a fat person. I don't find fatness bad. I don't think it's inherently bad. I think that fatness, like I said, unchecked becomes painful, awful, miserable for the people who are experiencing it. And that will impact the people taking care of them. And that, I think, is bad. I don't think we can dispute that. Like,
it's a highly personal thing, and it should be up to the individual to decide whether or not they you know, like.
if you're fat and you feel fine, I feel happy for you. That's great. We're friends.
Yeah. No, I'm jealous.
Yeah, I'm not going to tell you to change at all. Like, that is, you have a healthy way of existing, and I love that.
It's the
I'm
one
jealous.
freedom that we get as individuals. We get to, you know, decide what we like about ourselves, and if we don't like something about ourselves, you're also free to try to change that.
Yeah, I could think
You know?
anything up in this dumb brain. And
Right. You can
love
get
it.
tattoos. You can not get tattoos.
Yeah, it doesn't matter to anyone but you.
Like-
and the people who've never experienced this, maybe fucking think about that where you say, before you say, I ate so much, I feel fat.
Yeah.
Like, fuck you.
Let's put it in the section. So it's being fat,
It's being fat.
not the society
No.
that hates fat,
No.
but is being fat.
It's being fat.
And the feelings that come with this society. This is a big topic.
Yeah,
and I feel like I bounce around.
It's So I also don't think it's the worst thing on our list. I don't think it's the best thing on our list. I think the people have to decide where it is on their spectrum, because I put being fat as worse than John Krasinski. I would put being fat as worse than Hitler, because at least being fat affects me more than Hitler did.
I would rather Hitler not exist than you being fat. And I'd rather you be fat than have Hitler not exist.
I agree with that objectively, but emotionally, I don't. It's just a personal one. Like, where do we even put this? Because this is a deeply personal thing.
I think, but it's also like not though, because I think being fat is like the
for
actual,
some people it's better than LeVar Burton.
The actual like physical existence of being fat and just like being who you are is fine. It's LeVar Burton. It's right up there with furries, right? You are who you are, and that's cool.
Yeah,
you should be more of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
But being fat specifically in a world that hates fat people is miserable.
Yeah, dude, it fucking sucks. Hold on, let's go back to the letter.
There's a whole letter about it.
Oh God. Oh Jesus.
Yeah, you gonna go back to more letter?
Oh, but everyone, their love or anyone's love isn't enough. You need to love yourself. You really need to try. You've done it in the past. You need to do it again. You need to keep doing it. The worst part of your self-hate is that it isn't because someone was cruel to you. It happened, sure, but you were cruel to yourself first because you thought if you were the one who made the jokes about your body or weight, that others wouldn't. If you made others laugh at you for your body, then maybe your pain and self-loathing wouldn't have as much power. We both know that's not how it works. You did that because it enabled you to hate yourself. You drank that dumb bitch juice gladly, didn't you? It was easy to hate yourself. Society stigmatized fatness. You leaned into what was in your head. The world hates people like you, so you should too. Fat man fall down funny. Oh, man. I shouldn't have read this.
I think it's pretty bad being fat.
I do too.
I think that while your experience is articulated in a letter, everyone feels it.
Should I post this letter?
I mean, if you want, I can't make it.
If people want it, I'll DM it to them. It's like 2.5, 3 pages long.
Yeah. I think that if the world were a better place, being fat would be at the top of the list, but the world is hell world. We live in hell world.
Yeah.
And so being fat, I think, is just right above transphobia in sports.
It's like it's worse than transphobia in sports?
I would say slightly above. Because I think that
so
like
transphobia in sports is worse.
There's a there's a harder hate in transphobia in sports, I think.
Okay, yeah, I think you're right.
Than there are targeted against fat people. But
because people like Jelly Roll exist and conservatives love Jelly Roll.
Yeah, like you can adopt the fun persona of being the fat guy who's funny.
Yeah. Oh fuck. Oh fuck.
Or you could rap.
Hold on. Bing bong. No, I got nothing.
I that's where I would put it. I don't know if you agree with that.
I agree with that. Yeah, it's also, this is also a deeply personal one. Someone who's fat that hasn't felt like we have may not think that. Maybe they've learned how to not let society affect them.
Yeah,
I have some of your brain?
I mean, yes. There's always. It's like the same way I'm like a little bit jealous of religious people. Like they've learned something that makes them happy, and I'm not going to ruin that for them.
No.
The thing I hate about being fat has nothing to do with myself. Being fat is the way that society treats fat people. Mm-hmm. And since I'm now in that stew of fat people, I want out of the stew. That's the only reason why. If there was no stew, I would be okay being my weight.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. I agree.
That's it.
I co-sign that. Let's go back for some more. No, I'm not reading any more letter. Yeah, it's bad stuff being fat. Do you have any last word? Like, I kind of perked up after some that Magic Mind Flayer cocktail.
Yeah,
surprisingly really good. Genuinely,
it's working. I mean, there's a little booze in there, so maybe that was helping.
Oh, that's why I cried. It's not because I'm emotional, I have feelings. It was the little bit of bourbon.
Yeah, I will never cry.
Probably not. No.
I mean, like
that's where you should have ended it.
No. Because, like, there's just so much to this.
Yeah, this is a multi-parter, probably.
We're going to keep on dipping back in this well because, like, this is being fat, but there's diets. Mm-hmm. There's this whole diet culture thing that we didn't really fucking talk about.
Yeah.
There's fat people clothing. I think that's a fun one.
I got a lot to say about that.
Right?
I got a lot to say about that.
There's the whole women's side, women issues. What about them?
Yeah.
Lady
Hey,
problems.
any ladies out there want to come tell us your problems? Hit Nate's DM.
Yeah, like let's cap it off with some sincerity.
Okay. Oh, my crying wasn't sincere?
No,
Fuck.
only my feelings count.
Okay, got it.
You know, this has been a weird episode. I don't know if it's funny.
We
Like-
don't have to be funny. We're talking about shit we hate.
No, it's like too raw to poke at almost.
Yeah.
Like because there are like other things I kind of wanted to get into, but it's like, you know what, too much for this episode.
Oh,
Too
like
much-
what? We'll do it next time on, or stay tuned.
Like, what level of weight is healthy? What's that level like?
Different for every single person. Afraid to say.
Right? But like, they're or I don't know. Like it's a hard conversation. Nobody has it.
And it's been made intentionally harder by society's opinion of fatness.
Right. Universally negative. Fuck, we need to end this thing. How are we ending it?
I want another magic mind flare.
Do you?
Can you have 2 magic minds in one day?
I don't know. Like I keep on trying to want to like double dip my Zep bound.
Oh, you want to go take another hit?
Yeah, just
You want to
keep-
spike off real quick?
Yeah, let's spike off.
Let's go spike. We'll have another dose.